Hello everyone, what's going on? It's MTEN here, welcome back to another Terraria 1.4 tutorial, and in this video we are going to be going over every single mount in the game, and I'll be showing off their abilities, which is the best and which is the fastest mount in the game. So each of these mounts I'm going to test on land, in the sky and underwater to see how they fare. So in Terraria 1.4 there are a total of 26 mounts in the game, including 3 variations of the horse, but 24 separate different types of mounts if you count it that way. So I'll be starting by showcasing the pre-hard mode mounts first and then jumping into the hard mode ones. So just for reference, the player speed by itself is 15 miles per hour, and with Terra Spark boots or Frost Spark boots it's 34 miles per hour. So to start off with, we'll be looking at the Slimy Saddle. The Slimy Saddle is a slime mount which you can get from the King Slime. It has a maximum speed of 20 miles per hour. It can jump, it cannot go underwater, it floats on the water, and the jump can damage enemies when you land on them, which is cool. Up next is the Fuzzy Carrot, aka the Bunny Mount. You get this from doing 5 fishing quests, and it's a reward from the angler. The Bunny Mount has a max speed of 39 miles per hour horizontally, half that underwater, but it has no built-in double jump, it just jumps normally. Up next we have the Honeyed Goggles, which is a bee mount. Now this mount is very slow in walking on land, going only 10 miles per hour. However, when flying it can go 31 miles per hour horizontally, and it has a pretty good flying time for something that you can get so early on in the game. This mount is dropped by the Queen Bee, and I will note if you try and swim with this thing, it will disappear. Up next, the Hardy Saddle Turtle mount, which has a chance to drop from golden crates. Once again, very slow on land with a 10 miles per hour walk and a very small jump. But when it's swimming, it goes very fast. Now it doesn't have a specific horizontal swimming speed, but it seems to go about 36 miles per hour maximum underwater. It doesn't help you breathe or anything like that, but it is a pretty fast mount underwater if you are in the water for a lot of your time. I don't know, it's very niche. Up next we have the Golf Cart mount, and you can get this item after defeating Skeletron from the Golf NPC if your golfing score is over 2,000. So, weirdly enough, for a golf cart, it can jump, and it can jump quite high. As well as this, it can go underwater, just like any golf cart, you know? But its horizontal movement speed is 41 miles per hour, which is still, you know, pretty fast for a golf cart. Very overpowered golf cart here. Up next, we have the Pogo Stick, which is a bouncy little mount that is bought from the party girl, and you can bounce pretty high and do lots of flips and tricks and stuff like that. So it has a horizontal movement speed of 29 blocks when moving normally by itself. Underwater you can do a whole bunch of spinny tricks, as you can see there, me going crazy, but it is of course a bit slower underwater. So the 3 saddles, the Dusty Rawhide Saddle, the Royal Gilded Saddle and the Black Studded Saddle, all give horse mounts, and each of the horse's stats is the exact same, but they appear different depending on which saddle you buy. So you buy them from the zoologist after having 25% of your bestiary filled. So the horses have a horizontal movement speed of 40 miles per hour, 20 miles underwater. However, they don't double jump. So up next is the Dark Mage's Tome, which you get from defeating Dark Mages in the Old One army. Now you can get this pre-hard mode, but it is a Master Mode exclusive drop, and it's a bit of a finicky mount in my opinion. So you can jump up to a certain height, and you can float from there or go down, but you can't go back up once you've gone down until you land on solid ground, and unfortunately it doesn't consider platforms to be solid ground, so you literally have to be on solid ground for it to reset. So it's a bit of a weird mount. It has a horizontal movement speed of 41 miles per hour or 21 miles per hour underwater. I don't know if this is really worth getting. It's a bit weird. Up next is the Superheated Blood, which gives the Lava Shark mount. And you get this from lava fishing in the underworld. As you can see, it doesn't really work on land at all with a 10 mile per hour speed limit, and it barely jumps, but when you see it underwater, it has an insane movement speed of 73 miles per hour, and it can jump out of water, which is cool. The other cool feature is that it works in lava. So you can survive in lava, which makes it really good for, you know, navigating hell and fighting the wall of flesh. So the Mollusk Whistle or Pink Flamingo mount is another mount that you can buy from the zoologist, and this one you get after filling out 25% of the bestiary. So it has a movement speed of 38 miles per hour, and uniquely enough, it floats, except you can swim with it. So when you go underwater, you have to push down, and when you let go of your mouse key, it'll automatically float back up to the top, which is cool. So that's all for the pre-hard mode mounts. Now we're going to start moving on to the hard mode mounts. First up, we have the Goat Skull, which summons the Death Goat mount. So this functions very similarly to the Unicorn. It has a base running speed of 61 miles per hour horizontally, and it has a built-in double jump. So the Goat Skull can travel underwater as well, but it is half speed. So this mount is a Master Mode exclusive drop, and it drops from the Wall of Flesh. Up next we have the Bless Apple Unicorn mount, which now in 1.4 only drops from unicorns. And this works very similarly to the Death Goat. It has a horizontal running speed of 61 miles per hour, 31 miles per hour underwater. It has a unicorn boost, which charges and damages enemies, and it also has a double jump feature. The Gelatinous Pillon is the hard mode equivalent to the Slimy Saddle. It summons a Queen Slime mount and drops from the new Queen Slime boss. So this similarly floats on water. It has a much faster movement speed though, pushing up to 51 miles per hour on the water apparently. I don't know about that. Anyway, on land it has a horizontal movement speed of 33 miles per hour. However, the catch with this is it can fly. A very short distance, nonetheless, but it can fly. The Ancient Horn or the Basilisk mounts can be found from basilisks in the underground desert. It has a jump and it has a fast horizontal movement speed of 41 miles per hour. Although it doesn't reduce fall damage entirely, it reduces it by 80%, which is good. And if you get to a fast enough full speed, you can charge through enemies and deal damage. So up next we have the Scaly Truffle, which can be found from fishing in an ice biome that crosses over with a Corruption, Crimson or Hallow. And it summons a Pigron mount, which flies, it swims, and it walks on land as well. On land, the Scaly Truffle has a maximum speed of 46 miles per hour. It's a bit slower underwater, about half the speed. Up next, we have the Brain Scrambler, which is the Scutlix mount. And this can be dropped by Scutlixes from the Martian Madness event. As you just saw, it shoots lasers that damage enemies and has a maximum horizontal movement speed of 41 miles per hour. It also has a jumping ability and it can move underwater, although it can't really swim. Up next we have the first Infinite Flight mount, which can be crafted with Luminite, Chlorophyte, Shroomite, Spectre, Hellstone and Meteorite bars, 40 of each, and its sole purpose is for mining. You can't use weapons, you can't place blocks or anything like that. It has a consistent movement speed of 31 miles per hour horizontally, but you can't really do anything other than mine with it. This is literally just for tearing apart your world at the end of the game. Up next, we have the Reindeer Bells. Now, these are a very rare drop from the Ice Queen during the Frost Moon, and they have a maximum horizontal movement speed of 61 miles per hour. However, it is very difficult to reach that point because it has such a long run up. As you can see here, it's taken me almost to the end of the world to get full momentum going. That being said, the Reindeer bells have a really long flight time. Not infinite flight, but a very long time in the air. It cancels fall damage as well. Up next we have the Toy Tank, or the Santank mount, and you guessed it, you get this one from the Santank in the Frost Moon. However, this is a Master Mode exclusive drop. So as you can see, the Santank shoots bullets and rockets at enemies based on which way it is facing. Other than that, it functions very similarly to the Scutlix mount with a 41 miles per hour horizontal movement speed and a small-ish jump. Okay, so the fastest mount on land by far is the Hexxed branch, which is a Master Mode exclusive drop from Morning Wood in the Pumpkin Moon event, and as you can see, this thing is ridiculously fast. 81 miles per hour movement speed on land, and it has such a quick momentum charge. It's half speed underwater, so not the fastest mount underwater by any means, but on land this thing absolutely goes anywhere and everywhere. It has a decent jump as well. It just jumps such a long distance, so Master Mode exclusive drop and definitely the fastest on land mount. Moving on to the Infinite Flight mounts now. The Cosmic Khaki, you all know it, you all love it. 41 miles per hour, horizontal movement speed. It drops from Martian sources. It has infinite flight. It hovers. It's a fantastic overall mount. You know how it works. Its only downside is that it doesn't work underwater. So the Cosmic Khaki may be the best mount in Classic Terraria mode, but in Expert mode, there is the Witch's Broomstick, which is essentially the exact same as the UFO mount, except with one big difference: it can travel underwater. Another difference is that it is 3 blocks tall, so that the player can fit through doors and stuff with this thing, if that makes a difference to you. Same stats, 41 miles per hour, etc. So for those of you that don't know, the Shrimpy travel, which is the Expert mode Fishron drop, got a buff in Terraria 1.4. As you just saw, still very slow on land, 5 miles per hour, but in the air it travels at 40 miles per hour, which is the exact same as the Flying Saucer. So this one is better now because it goes at 80 miles per hour in water, and when it just leaps out of water for up to 6 seconds. It also travels at 80 miles per hour when the player is under half health, instead of the 67 miles per hour that it used to have prior to the 1.4 update. So this mount is the fastest mount in water. So this Fishron mount and the next mount I'm going to mention are essentially pretty similar in tier. I guess it depends on your playstyle. Fishron mount's definitely the best in Expert mode because the next mount I'm going to talk about is a Master Mode exclusive. The Black Spot is a drop from the Flying Dutchman in Master Mode, and it is the fastest mount in Terraria 1.4. So this Flying Dutchman mount can reach incredible speeds of up to 83 miles per hour on land, and I think underwater as well, although I don't have an ocean big enough to test that theory out, because the downside of this mount is the enormous load up time that it has. It has infinite flight, but it takes so long to reach max speeds. Anyway, you don't have to be flying under half health or anything like that to reach maximum speed, which is a positive in comparison to the Fishron mount, but it is a pretty epic mount considering you can get it so early in hard mode just from defeating the Flying Dutchman. I think it's fantastic. A little bit janky on the movement, that's the only other real downside I have. I think it's fantastic. Alright, thank you very much for watching this video, everyone. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. And make sure to comment "I'm an epic gamer" in the comment section down below to let me know that you have made it this far into the video. Anyway, if you did enjoy, leave a like on this video as well, because if this video reaches, let's say 600 likes, I'm going to be covering all minecarts that have been added in 1.4, and there was a lot of them. So, I hope you found this video helpful. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, turn on that notification button if you want to see more videos in the future, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much.